Alright, welcome to this episode of K&N Jeeps. Today we're going to be taking care of a major problem that TJs have. So, right here, we've got the ugly fenders, ugly stock fenders. So what we're going to be doing is a fender delete, because we don't want those anymore. We're going to add a little twist of our own. We're going to be bedlining the finished product to make it more clean.
Should look nice at the end.
So yeah, let's get to it.
Alright, so first up, there are a bunch of screws all the way up and around this entire thing. It's a combination of 8mm screws and 10mm screws. Alright, upon unscrewing these, we've realized that they're not coming out at all. What we're relying on right now is just force. You kind of have to pull the fender as you unscrew to bring the screw out, at least for my case. These are really rusted out. Just gonna come off like that. I'm gonna clean that off, get rid of all that dirt and rust and everything that's been building up there for all these years with the fender on it.
Just know that I'm loaded. Pocket got the guys. Just know that I'm loaded.
Casey just finished taking his fenders off now. Alright, so now when you take these off and clean everything off, you're going to see there's a bunch of like dings and rust in a couple of spots, rust like that, a little bit there, just throughout the whole thing, a lot down there. So what I did, I took sandpaper, sanded everything down, tried to stay in the line of where the old fender was, just so that I didn't scratch up my whole car, but since I'm covering it with bedline, I just sanded everything down. And for the bedliner, we want to keep the kind of the fender look, and we're gonna take this line right here and carry that up. And the stock fenders do a weird thing where they get really flat and this becomes really narrow where it used to be, you can tell. But we're gonna continue this full width the whole way around. Upon inspection, we've concluded that the widest point of the old fenders was 3.5 inches. So we're going to take the 3.5 and we're going to carry it all the way around. Now I've got one layer of painter's tape, kind of keeping that arc of 3.5 inches. Alright, now I took the papers, made a layer so that when I spray out the bedliner, it doesn't go onto the places I don't want it to go on. Today I'm using Duplicolor truck bed coating. Found it on Amazon. It was like $5 for a can, so we'll see how this does. Alright, so we've got our first layer. You're going to really want to make sure that the layers are very light. If they're not, they're going to start dripping. You're going to want to go over it a bunch of times, so make sure that each time you're using a nice light coat, very clean coat, no drips, and then by the end, it'll look really nice. Alright, now I've got about 3 or 4 layers on. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the paper and we can see how it looks.
Loaded, 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 chain, white, like it, snowing, drama.
Alright, so in person, I mean, it's really nice. It's got the nice bedline texture. I also threw a coat down there, just one coat, just so it kind of ties in the rest. But I'm a huge fan of that. Alright, so the only thing I have left to do is fill in the holes with some screws. I'm going to have to go to the hardware store and find some better screws than the old rusty ones I had. And then I'm going to bedline those screws and put them right in there, and it should look nice. For now, that's the finished product. I'm a huge fan of the look, especially with my front fenders. Close up, it's just really clean. Thank you for watching this episode of K&N Jeeps. Be sure to like and subscribe for more awesome Jeep content like this.
Loaded, 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 loaded.